Hello everyone. Today I'm making a video to showcase what a 1 year Battle Pass Welkin Genshin Impact account looks like. Um, we just hit AR 58 about last week or a week and a half ago, so I started playing about October 3rd of 2020, so it's been over a year obviously, and the game came out September 28th, so um, basically, essentially it's a day one account. Um, And yeah, I just wanted to showcase, I've seen, what whale accounts look like after a year, what free to play accounts look like after a year, and so I just wanted to showcase what a Battle Pass Welkin account looks like after a year. So, and what you can kind of expect from a weapons perspective, from a character's perspective, artifacts, all those things. So, um, yeah, so this is my first video using a mic, so I apologize for the quality. Obviously, it's just a headphone mic. So yeah, let's just get started. So I don't know how long this is gonna be, but I kind of just thought of this and I kind of just wanted to do it, so I'm just gonna do it. Um, so first we'll look at the weapons, what the weapons look like. These two I have not rolled on the weapons banner at all. So, obviously an account that focuses more on the weapon banner would look much different. So these are the two five-star weapons I got from the standard banner, and then everything else is from Battle Pass, events, gotcha, and craftables. So we have about, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 18, 27, 28, 29 level 90 weapons, technically 30 if you count the black tassel. And then we also have a good amount of fodder, and then we have 6,000 mystic. I don't really craft or farm ores much anymore, as I don't, since I buy battle pass, I'm consistently getting mystic these days. And since I already have so many level 90 weapons, because I focused a lot on weapons earlier on in the game. I just I'm not gonna level up too many more weapons unless we get, future 5 stars from off standard. But yeah, so I don't really focus too much on weapons anymore or on crafting mystic enhancement or farming ores in general. So I think if you don't focus much on the weapon banner, I think after about, I don't know, maybe 8 months of casually focusing on weapons, I think eventually you'll get to this point where you don't really need to farm ores anymore. But if you do obviously pull a weapon banner, you will, continuously have to keep farming, keep crafting, and keep working on those weapons. So this is about what you can expect. This didn't take a full year. I probably got to this point for my weapons probably about 8 months in. So that's what the weapons look like. I think we should do artifacts last because I'll probably do timestamps, uh, and I don't want the. I think the artifacts will probably take the longest. I'm not gonna go through each artifact. I'll probably showcase quickly all the artifacts, and then probably show you some of my best ones. Not really to flex, but just to show what you can. I feel like we've only have maybe two quote unquote god tier pieces um, that like started out as a 4 stat and rolled all into crit rate or all into crit stats in general. So we can show that at the end or whenever I decide to do that. So this is what my resources look like. Um, Obviously my XP is low because we just got Hutao and we leveled her to 90, so my XP is low right now. Um, and I do farm elites a good amount, so you can see what a lot of my stuff looks like. First, I always hit 9,999 on on the Chaos devices, and on the heavy horns. I just stopped crafting them into this because it wastes a lot of Mora, so I just end up destroying them. Because I farm for about 15-20 minutes a day. I usually will. farm rune guards and the lava churros. So those usually, these will stack up heavily. And so yeah, these are what the rest of my resources look like. From a boss perspective, I stopped farming Dvalin and Andreas a long time ago. Probably around the start of Inazuma or right before Inazuma, I stopped farming these because I just don't. I've already leveled up a bunch of characters that use these. The only characters I think in the future I will, heavily work on that will need these would be Jean and Diluc whenever I get them down the line. Uh, but I have plenty of those now, and then we can always convert these if I need more. And so I don't think doing these for 60 or doing these for 60 resin is worth anymore. So I literally just do Tartaglia, Aztaha, and Signora, because Signora is obviously the newest boss. You always want to use the discounts, in my opinion. And then Tartag, we get really unlucky with Shards of Foul Legacy, and I just used all of them to level up Hu Tao's talents. So I definitely am looking for those because I have Tartaglia, Diona, and Hu Tao to use them on. But yeah, so I only really farm these three bosses anymore. And then eventually, when a new boss comes out down the line, I'll probably stop farming Tartaglia. And yeah. And then these are just what my boss mats look like. These are just for character. This is for Jean eventually when I get her. I really like Jean, but unfortunately do not have her yet. But I'm ready for her whenever that day does come. This is for future Ganyu, future Diluc. Um, this was for Sayu, and we will use these for her down the line. But I just don't have the resources to build her right now. And yeah, there just came a time where, and this is for Toma as well. There just came a time where I was not, happy farming artifacts. I decided to farm bosses instead. Um, to also get artifacts like Gladiator and Wanderers, but also just to uh, prep for future characters that I knew I was going to build. Like I know 100% I'm going to build Jean eventually when I get her down the line. Ganyu as well, and then so on and so forth. So. And this is for Sarah. My Sarah is not 80 ascended yet, so this was already pre-farmed a long time ago for Sarah. Yeah, these are what my books look like. Not really much to say here. We'll talk more about the characters' talents and who I have heavily invested in. I have 7 crowns left. Again, when we look at the characters, I can show who I've crowned. But I've used, let me think, 7 crowns, I believe. So I should have had, I guess, 14 crowns. And so, yeah, I've used 7 of those so far. These are what the weapon mats look like, just from, passively playing, farming. You know, the, like passively farming for weapons, and you get a little bit extra every time. And when you use Ayaka or when you use, Mona, whatever the case may be, so. Yeah, that's what the food looks like. Not much to say about this either. I craft a lot of food, but I never use it. I craft a lot. Like I have 121 Adeptus. I never use them unless I want to do a showcase. But I don't really like using food that much. But this is just really what has happened over time of me doing the battle pass, like cooking dishes every week, and then also um, every time we get new recipes, just making them and making 20 or 15. And this is just kind of how it's turned out. So this is not really on purpose. It's just kind of how the food has, played out. So, and then we just have potions just in case for every type, just in case we ever want to do a showcase or whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's what the food looks like. I farmed these for a while, but you don't really need these. Honestly, they're kind of pointless. And this is all teapot stuff, but I don't really focus too much on the teapot anymore. Um, I just, you know, obviously you want to do it to get to trust rank 10, and then so you want to get basically your friendship and the maximum amount of coins out of it, so you can buy things from the shop like the resin or the mora, whatever the case may be. So these are, again, I don't farm ore anymore, so this is just stuff that passively comes if I'm just passing by ore and I decide to grab it, but I don't farm ore anymore. I only farmed this ore quite a bit when it came out so that I could uh, R5 the Hamayumi and the Amenoma Kageuchi. And because I'm saving this for Ganyu, but um, and then this is what our billets look like. Obviously we had a lot of bow billets, and so that's why we R5 the Hamayumi. Um, and then yeah, we R5 the Amenoma, and we had to craft an Iron Sting for Kazuha. So I'd say the unluckiest I've been with billets have been the Claymore. Um, but yeah, we have way too many catalysts, and yeah, this is all fishing stuff. Don't really do much of that. Uh, after you get the catch, I mean, because the catch is a great weapon, so you definitely want to fish to get the catch. But since getting the catch, I don't really fish anymore. And then I try to pick up as many, or I try to pick up, Inazuma mats here and there, but I don't go as hard as I used to, back in the day when the game first started picking up these older materials. Uh, but yeah, you know. Um, okay, we need to do this reset today, I believe. So we'll do that in a bit. Actually, I can do that now. Why not? What I always like to do for the parametric, I just throw in mint. It doesn't matter. You can throw in or you can throw in whatever. It doesn't matter. I just have a ton of mint. Um, and Ayaka is amazing for this. You can use Mona, whatever. It doesn't matter. And you'll see when we get to the characters. Probably my most invested character is Ayaka. She is my favorite. And not bad. Don't really need the ore, but it's fine. So back to the account showcase. Yeah, we have some portable waypoints crafted, and you just want to craft everything. These are all from the events and stuff that you get. We have all the oculi found on my account already, so all that's already taken care of. We have all the Sealy from the event. Yeah, nothing too much to say here. I don't really feel the need to show off the Serenity pot because I just have stuff all over the place just so I can get the maximum amount of coins. So yeah, but maybe one day I'll decide to to work on it and showcase it, but who knows? And then yeah, this is the stuff you get from playing the game. These gold items, the Senora mask, and all that. The stuff you got from Yai. And yeah, this is just the quest stuff. Haven't used this billet trove yet. These are the two um, birthday cakes that you get. This is the first one, and then this is the second one. Uh, so these are the two birthday cakes you'd get from, obviously, if your birthday passes twice, or has passed twice already. Since the game has technically been out over a year, you can have two. I set my birthday for right after I started the game, even though it's not my real birthday. Once I found out that you got resin from it, so yeah. So I got two now. So this is from the Lantern Red event. We'll probably who knows, we may be able to get these back for people who don't have these yet. These are pretty cool. And yeah, we have for anyone wondering why I have Crimson Agate, I have finished my tree a long, long, long time ago from Dragon Spine, but how it worked, from what I remember, is like there was a thing where every week you could, or I think it was every like Monday. It was a couple days a week you could get extra, and I didn't go find every last one of the Crimson Gate naturally. I used the weekly thing of obtaining these, and so I ended up with extra. So this is why I have leftovers. But if you found every single Crimson Agate in your world, then you should have none left over. Um, for when you should have maxed your tree, but you know, I decided to I didn't want to search for every last one. I didn't want to watch a YouTube video for it. So I just decided to wait an extra like week or two and we just maxed it out. So that's why I have some extra. Not going to use that mask. And then this is just from rolls. Um, you should have, if you have been saving from the beginning, you would have more. I was, in the beginning of the game, I didn't know what I was doing. I used a lot of my Masterless Star Glitter in the beginning. So you would, if you were a Battle Pass Welcome player, you would have more of this, probably close to 300 or more. No, no, yeah, definitely 300, over 300. Um, yeah, definitely over 300. So I used quite a bit of that when I shouldn't have, but you live and you learn, and I didn't really know what I was doing in the beginning of the game, so 17 Dream Solvent, don't really get too lucky with these days, but it is what it is. And then Dust of Azov. We got this from a shop when it first came out, and I'm sad they don't continuously give us these from event shops anymore because I feel like eventually I'm going to need more when I build characters, but so that we don't have to overfarm bosses for the crystals. But yeah, and then these are leftover sigils that I can always turn into a little bit of more from the shops. And this is for the Inazuma tree. Um, for when next patch, when they let us go higher, because they gate the tree levels. And yeah, this is just the furniture. I have all the furniture crafted, even the new Inazuma furniture. As soon as that came out, I had enough coins. I bought all of it, and we crafted all the Inazuma stuff. So yeah, that's what my inventory looks like. Now onto the characters. So real quick, I guess I can show. Well, we can look at the character archive to show what I have and what I don't have. So let's sort by characters owned. So the only characters I have all the 4 stars now from this banner. I didn't have Sayu because I didn't roll on Yoimi's banner, but now rolling on Huta's banner, I now have Sayu and Toma. So yeah, so I have all the 4 stars now. And these are the 5 stars I'm missing. Jean and Diluc from Standard, unfortunately. I really want Jean, but she comes when she comes. And these are the limited 5 stars that I'm missing. The only rerun character I really care about getting will be Ganyu. And then, if it works out, if the timing is right, and there's no other characters around, maybe Eula. But Ganyu for sure. Uh, I'm not quite sold on the rest of them. I believe that Mona is more useful for me, and I already have her fully built. Then I don't really need another healer right now, especially for when I get Jean, because I know I will build Jean. I won't really need Kokomi, and since I went for Huta, I might go for Hutao, so I didn't really need Yoimiya, but she is a really cute, great voice, so. I just turned off the voices for now, just so I wouldn't get distracted. But uh, yeah, these two are good. They're okay. I feel like there's better options. Eula's solid. Ganyu's fantastic. Albedo and Klee are they're okay. They're pretty solid. Um, but Ganyu's the one I'm 100% going for. I'm already prepared for her. Just I need books because Hutao ate up all my diligence books. That's the only thing I'm gonna need to farm before she comes back. But besides that, I have, what is it? 8 limited 5 stars. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 3 standard. Um, Then we can look at constellations and all that. All my limited 5 stars are all C0 except for Hu Tao. We got fortunate on her banner, and we were able to get C1. So, um, but otherwise, all my limited 5 stars are C0. My Kaching is C1, and my Mona is C2, and my Chi Chi is C0. Would definitely prefer a Jean, but it is what it is. That's RNG. So that's the characters I have. And so yeah, we can kind of look. I guess I won't show the artifacts too much because we can do the artifacts last, I guess. I don't want. I know the artifacts would take a long time. I'm not gonna go over everything, but uh, yeah, Venti. I actually, let's look at it like this. I have I started recently 90 characters. I don't recommend everyone to do so. Uh, you know, but when you get to a certain point, it's like you just want to, max your characters and have kind of a finish on them, so to say. Um, so I've been working on that recently. That's why my XP is really low, but the next 90, I don't know who I would 90 next. Maybe Mona or Official or not quite sure. Maybe Child eventually. Um, but yeah, right now we just need to get our resources back after maxing out Hu Tao. Um, so Venti 98 and 90. I use Win. I know Stringless is much better for him, but I just use it on official. I think he's fine with Windbloom. It really doesn't matter. I'd say Windbloom is like a free to play, you know, version of like an R1 Stringless, and it works perfectly fine. Have him on 4-piece VV, C0, 299. Don't want to level up his auto. Um, Ayaka is probably my best character, my highest invested at least. Um, so yeah, 37 to 22. R5 Amenoma. She's fantastic at C0 with this weapon. Don't need to run that much energy recharge. It's just she's great. For Blizzard, and yeah, triple crowned. And Mona. Mona is a tough one because, or for me anyway, from a weapons perspective. For me, obviously you should run. I have two R5 Thrilling Tales just to be able to use on different characters. You should run Thrilling Tales, especially since I run her on an Ayaka team. But I just run Solar Pearl. It really doesn't matter. Ayaka is just so strong. She doesn't even need, more, at least mine doesn't really need the Thrilling Tales buff. Um, for Abyss or anything, but if you do need more damage, Thrilling Tales and a Tenacity artifact set would definitely help your team out a lot more. But yeah, as I said before, my Mona C2, and yeah, Diona, Favonius, of course, for Noblesse, C6, yeah, 11111 with Constellations, Zhongli 9890, Black Tassel, for Millilith. I don't want to go over the artifacts too much. We'll look at the artifacts at the end. 699. Not going to level up his auto anymore. Kazu at 9890. Iron Sting. 4VV. All EM. 999. Shao, eventually I will triple crown Shao as well, but that's way down the line. I don't have close to enough resources after what who I've crowned already, which you'll see in a second. Uh, Shao, I do have a 100% crit rate build. That video is up on my channel. Um, but this is like what I can run on him normally. 90, 186, pretty solid. 999, he will be triple crowned eventually. Shao is probably my second favorite character. But this character, the Raiden Shogun, she's just fantastic. I think she's much better than I initially thought. She's just a great character. Catch R5, 4 emblem, double crowned. If you are gonna crown the Ryan Shogun, you should crown her ultimate. You do not need to crown this because the elemental burst damage bonus caps at level 9. So you do not need to crown this ability, but I crowned her because I really like her. Yeah, I just think she's a great character. So, but I will not be triple crowning her. This is not gonna go past 6. I don't want to waste Senora mats doing that. So this is probably where the Raiden Shogun stops, 6, 10, 10, which I'm satisfied with that. Kaching, I like Kaching a lot. She's grown on me recently. I've been using her a lot. R4 Lions Roar, uh, 2-piece Thunder Fairy, 2-piece Noblesse. I got her C1 on the Raiden Shogun banner. 999. Hu Tao we got recently. Deathmatch. I do not have Crimson Witch artifacts because I just do not want to farm that domain, so I'm just running substats over set bonuses right now, and she's performing really well. And we double crowned her as well. Eventually, maybe triple crown and try to do some burst showcases. Um, but yeah, double crowned her. Use all my books that I had saved for Ganyu, so I'm gonna have to reform those. But yeah, so those are the 7 crowns I've used: triple crown Ayaka, double crown Utao, and double crown Raiden. Eventually, Hutao will probably end up with another crown. Sha will be triple crowned way down the line. And then we'll have to see who comes out in the future. I'm definitely interested in crowning Yai, possibly, depending on what she does. But yeah, and then, maybe Kaching way, way, way further down the line. I really like Kaching a lot, but I don't want to just throw too many crowns out there right now, just because it costs so many resources. You should only do it if you're at the late game, and you consistently clear Abyss. Ning, she was my first DPS I had in the game because my first weapon I got off standard was Skyward Atlas, so I built her. She's not geared right now, but she's C6, 999 or 91212. I really like her, but she's kind of fallen off a bit, at least as far as the Abyss is concerned. Overworld, she's fine, or she's great, but yeah, Xingqiu, Sac Sword R3, just running 2 Hydro, 2 Reminiscence. I just recently got his C6 constellation from Standard. 21212. Bennett, Skyward Blade. I run him a lot on Festering, just in videos and stuff, just to show that you definitely do not need a 5-star weapon. But this was my second and only, or second, the only second, only my second 5-star that I got off Standard Banner was a Skyward Blade. So, but you definitely do not need a 5-star weapon for Bennett. Festering is perfectly enough. Just stack energy recharge for Noblesse. Got him C5 from Kazuha's banner, and then eventually, maybe he'll crown his burst just because he's such a great damage booster, but I'm more focused on other characters. Xianling, 98 and 90, R2 Dragon's Bane. Just threw some good artifact, or semi-decent artifacts on our C5. We just got that from the Raiden Shogun banner. 6912. Tartag, we got him from his first banner. His artifacts aren't that great right now. I just kind of threw whatever I could on him. I mean, they're solid. They're solid artifacts on him, but 699, he gets the 7 because that's one of his passive abilities, which he increases all party members' normal attack by 1. So Fischl, 81. I like Fischl a lot. I think she's fantastic. We'll start speeding through these a little bit more because a lot of these characters are at the end aren't built. Traveler. I really like the Traveler. But I just don't have the resources to invest a lot into her right now, and I don't like the fact that, you know, I don't want to have to level up the talents for each traveler, so I kind of hold off on that for now. But Beto, I have R5 Serpent Spine from Battle Pass. I focused on the Serpent, even though I don't use Beto right now. I believe the Serpent Spine is the best weapon from the Battle Pass, so since I've been buying Battle Pass since the first patch, I focused on Serpent Spine. So we have that R5 and Beto C5. She's definitely built. I just don't use her very much right now. Aloy, I don't recommend building her. I don't think she's very good. I just leveled her up for the wishes and for friendship. And yeah, if she gets constellations, I think she could be solid. But for now, I don't think she's very good. I shouldn't have leveled up those talents. I got a little too excited when she came out, but I don't think she's very good. Sucrose, I think, is fantastic. I definitely want to level her up more in the future. I think she's amazing for as a Shao battery, but also um, in reaction teams as well, or even as a driver in like electrocharge taser teams, whatever the case may be. She's not on the best gear right now. She could definitely have over 850 EM, but I don't have an EM goblet to give her. That's on. I can. I just don't have enough VV gear to pass around for Kazuha, Fenty, and Sucrose, so I have to farm that domain more. C3. Rosaria, I like Rosaria a lot. Want to build her in the future. Don't have enough pole arms. That's why I had to get another death match from the battle pass. I just do not have enough pole arms. So hopefully in the future MiHoYo gives us better pole arms. I really don't want to buy Blacklift weapons, to be honest. She's not really built too much, but because of constellations at 299. Chongyun, yeah, like Chongyun. Everyone from here on out really isn't built. I leveled them up for wishes and to do friendship for the most part. I think eventually, out of these 70 sended ones, the ones I will build actually heavy in the future would be Sucrose, Rosaria, maybe possibly Chongyun and Kaya. I'll think about them, but I prefer Rosaria over them. Definitely Sara eventually when I can get her C6. Oh, I should just show the constellations of all of them as well. Kaya C2, Razor C5, Barbara C2, Lisa C1, Gigi C0, Noelle C4, Sayu C4, Toma C2, Yanfei C3, Xinyan C1, Amber C1, and that's the end of that. Uh, but none of them are really built to be used right now. They're all either 70 ascended. 60, I got at least a 60 ascended so that I could abuse or I could use uh, this talent, but yeah, everyone else is either 70 ascended or 50 ascended for the wishes, and so I could work on their friendship. I'm working on Toma, Sayu, and Hu Tao now, but everyone else is friendship 10 that I have, and yeah. I don't plan on building Amber or Xinyan ever. I mean, maybe in the future, Amber. I like Amber, but yeah, a lot of the characters, I'm still working on this upper half of my roster, and then, as more characters come out and we get more constellations on these other older or older 4 stars, maybe we can revisit them later down the line, but I'm more so focused on this upper half of my roster uh, as of right now. So that's what all the characters look like. As far as my um, artifacts go, I don't want to spend too much time. It's a lot of artifacts. Like I have about over 100 plus 20, like maybe 110 or so. I don't know the exact amount, but we have about over 100 plus 20 artifacts. Definitely, if you farm artifacts more, after over a year of playing, you could have much more than this. But there was a time when I stopped farming artifacts completely because I was just upset of how unlucky I would get after weeks of farming and getting basically nothing. Um, so yeah, that's kind of why I don't have as many as I probably should. But yeah, I can just scroll. If you ever want to stop, you can look at them. We do have a lot. A lot of these upper ones are really good. I know I just passed a couple really good ones. Those are my best artifacts I have. I don't think anything down here is as good as some of that stuff at the top. But just go through. Apologize if it's a little fast, but it's a lot of artifacts. I don't really want to go through all of them. I'll just go through them, and then I will try to remember what some of the best pieces I have, and then I'll try to show those off just to, not necessarily flex or anything, but just to show kind of how many quote unquote god tier pieces or amazing pieces I have as an AR-58 over a year playing. So, and right now I'm working on an EM helmet for Sucrose, and I need an EM goblet as well for her. So yeah, that's about it. So my best pieces, I think my best piece that I own would probably be this. If I and that's why I'm extremely excited for Ganyu, because this is definitely a Ganyu piece. Um, yeah, there's not really much to say here. It was a four-liner, and it rolled about, what is that? 3 times into crit rate, 2 times into crit damage. And yeah, it's my best piece. And my second best, or I can't really go second, third like that, but I have this, and I know what someone might say like, oh, Ito or something or whatever, leakers or whatever, right? I don't know. I'm not rolling for Ito though. This would be a Noelle piece or whatever. If I do really like Noelle, I just don't have her C6, so I haven't decided to build her yet. But this would definitely be a Noelle off piece for sure. I mean, this is also a quote unquote god roll, except it low rolled crit damage. But yeah, that's 4 rolls into crit rate and 1 into crit damage. It could have been 50 CV if it high rolled, but yeah, that's probably the second most insane piece I have, but it's a defense sand, so I've literally never used it. It's literally been there probably since February. I don't even know why I rolled it. I just got it from a boss, and it was four-liner, so I decided to try it, and it just worked. Um, I got this recently from the Artifact Strongbox. This was insane. I really want to put this on my Shao, but I like his stats better with the goblet he has on now. Um, so yeah, but this is kind of nuts. 18. That's probably my best goblet. This one or the one Ayaka has on. This one. Those are my two best goblets that I own. Goblets are definitely the hardest pieces to get good stuff on. So those are probably my best two goblets. Other than that, I do have, this is my only 40 crit damage piece. We got this a couple months ago, so I'm excited for Ganyu. My Wanderers pieces have just been, because as you saw from here, I farmed a bunch of bosses, like for my current characters as well as future characters. So, and as you farm more and more bosses, you're just gonna get more and more good Gladiator and Wanderers. But and my Gladiator really isn't that good to be honest, but my Wanderers is kind of nuts. As you can see, a lot of these pieces, my Wanderers gear is just kind of insane. From farming bosses, another this one 25-5, and we have a lot of good Wanderers pieces. So the sands on my Shao actually is very good though. This one is another really good piece, 28-5. But other than that, this is a really good headpiece. That's probably my best headpiece. My crit rate helmets are abysmal, so I'm not gonna show any of those because they're really bad. Um, So that's why crit rate weapons are, like the battle pass weapons are really good for me, because my crit damage helmets are really good, but my crit rate helmets are really bad. But other than that, um, I'd say this artifact is really good, 13-14. But besides those two, as far as I can think, Those are my best artifacts. I don't. I think my Raiden has a really good feather. Yeah, 25-7. Can I think of anything else? I mean, I have a couple 2010 pieces like this, um, like my Ayaka flower. But that's about it. So, I think I've gotten relatively solid artifact, luck, quote unquote. But yeah, if you've seen the times I've been destroyed, I think you all have felt that before. We've all been destroyed by artifacts. I got this the other day and it just rolled so terribly. And I was so upset, but because it took me so long to get this piece for my Raiden, and I thought I could maybe get an upgrade or a side grade for someone else that uses Emblem, but just rolled so terribly. And yeah, that's about it for the artifacts. So we have solid. Yeah, I think we have solid enough artifacts where I don't need to focus too heavily on artifacts. Um, but right now I will farm a little bit more artifacts, just so I can get more fodder. So right now I'm really low on fodder. But yeah, that's about it. And you might ask why I have so many. Well, it's not so many primos, but we have been fortunate, and I have been fortunate on the last couple banners. Um, I haven't had to go all the way for like losing a 50-50 and going all the way again. That has happened to me in the past couple times, like on Zhongli and stuff like that. But we've been fortunate enough lately, so I've been able to save extra primos. I could roll for or try to roll for Homa, but I prefer to roll for characters, so I'm just gonna stick with what I have and continue to save for Ganyu, Yai, and any future characters that I'm interested in. Because I'm satisfied enough with my weapons as they are, and I'm just gonna keep buying a battle pass Welkin and just keep refining um, the battle pass weapons, and yeah, make do with what I have. So that is my account. That's my wish history. Those are my characters, my artifacts, everything. We have 100% exploration in everywhere except for the new islands, Wadatsumi, Sedai, and Surumi. We'll probably get that done eventually. But we have max reputation everywhere. And oh, I should show my Air 58 right there. And I can show achievements, I guess. 468. I don't really achievement hunt. They just kind of come as they come. So, but yeah, don't really want to fish too much anymore. But I guess eventually I'll do that just for the primos, I guess. But yeah, kind of what my stuff looks like. Um, we can look at name cards. As I said, all my characters are friendship 10 that I have, except for Hu Tao, Toma, and Sayu, which we're working on now. Um, and that is about it. I have, in the interest of full disclosure, I've bought every battle pass since the game launched, and I started buying Welkin in January. So I technically haven't been buying Welkin since day one, but um, but I have been buying Welkin since January, and I did buy the $100 pack one time, but I have not touched those Genesis crystals. Those are for the future, for just in case of emergency. But also, I can show it. Yeah, I can show my crystals here. I bought the $100 pack before the reset, so none of these are taken. Before the packs reset, I bought the $100 pack for skins for the future. When I get Gene, I want to buy this skin and any future skins if I like the character. So that's what those crystals are for, but also just in case of emergency, in case I don't have enough primos for a character that I would like. So, but I have not touched a single Genesis crystal. So all of my primos, all the characters, and everything I have on my account is strictly from the primos that I've obtained from Battle Pass, Welkin, and free to play, playing the events, Abyss, all of that. So the $100 technically has not been used on the account at all. So the account is strictly what you can obtain from a Battle Pass Welkin perspective. Um, and then, hopefully when I get Gene, I can get this. That's what these crystals are for, though, mainly for skins, and just as a backup fund, just for a couple extra multis in case, a character comes that I would really like. So, but yeah, this is what a AR-58 day one, essentially day one, Battle Pass Welkin account looks like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'll be happy to, answer, try to help you out with anything, um, to the best of my abilities, to the best of my knowledge. I guess I can show one more thing. We've 36 starred the Abyss, I think, ever since January. Challenge summary, yeah. So we've 36 starred, yeah. So the first rotation, I didn't do much at all, and I just slowly started working my way up, 24, 31, 33, and then we finally got that 36. And Ning definitely carried me there. I remember that one. I think that was when it was a geo damage buff on that floor, and Ning did great for me there. And then eventually, when February came, we got Xiao, and then Xiao definitely carried me from that point on. You can see Xiao is like my most used character. He was definitely my go-to. Um, Basically until, yeah, I guess until recently, Kazuha and Ayaka. Then I started kind of branching out, but I still use Xiao quite a bit. But yeah, and then ever since Raiden Shogun came out, I've been running a lot of Raiden national teams, things of that nature. But yeah, Xiao is still fantastic. Um, if I had to say the characters I like to run in Abyss the most, it'd probably be Raiden teams. She's fantastic. Ayaka teams. Hu I've been testing out a lot. I'll try to put some more videos of Hu out with Deathmatch. Child's very good. Yeah, I want to put out a video of doing Child International. I did a Child Raiden video, but I want to try to do Child International with Kazuha, and then try to do a Hu on the Magu Kenki side. So, been doing testing with that. We'll do more videos on that. I want to post more videos about Xiao because I feel like Xiao is underappreciated. I think Xiao is really strong. Without even a Jade Spear or a Homa, I think he's very strong. And I don't think Ayaka is underappreciated. I think people know how good she is, but man, she is amazing. I don't have Ganyu yet, so I can't make that comparison for myself just yet, but man, Ayaka is ridiculous. She's so strong. So that, I believe, is everything that I can show you. That is what over a year of a Battle Pass Welkin account AR-58 looks like. The progress in Abyss, and what characters I use, what characters I've invested in the most from a talents base, artifacts, all of that. What I will say is, the last thing before I ramble too much longer, um, and maybe I'll make a separate video talking about recommendations, but just real quick, I roll for characters, but there will come a certain point where I think people should, if you care more about account progression and your character strength, you should stop rolling for characters after a certain point and start rolling for 5-star weapons to increase, without spending money, of course. I'm not telling people to spend money. I just think that you know, after a certain point, characters become way too expensive to invest into, and you're better off rolling just for supports and just for 5-star weapons. But me personally, I get more enjoyment from, getting Ike, getting Kazuha, getting Raiden, Hu Tao, even though I don't really need Hu Tao, but I find that rolling the characters instead of the weapons is more interesting for me, and then testing how they do with these 4-star weapons that are either easily attainable from craftables or either gotcha 4 stars or battle pass, which you can get for $10. Um, Unfortunately, I can't show off black light weapons because I just don't want to use star glitter at the moment. I kind of want to save those as a backup for wishes in case I need them. And yeah, so I might do a separate video for recommendations, in my opinion, on weapons and characters and things like that. But overall, this was a showcase for my account, AR58. And yeah, ask any questions. I'll be happy to answer. Thanks for watching.